Huh? Hope so.
Hey, you're live. Do it for the stream. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the 2020 BTMVA Championships, live from Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois. This is Rob St. Clair. Thanks for tuning in. This match features the Iowa Hawkeyes, the 3rd seed, against the Ohio State Buckeyes, the 6th seed. These two teams actually already played today. They played this morning, with Iowa winning that match 2-0. But now that all of the Big Ten regular season standings have been decided, we can seed a bracket, and it just so happens that these two will play in a rematch. Ohio State coming off a heartbreaking loss against Wisconsin, 15-13, lost in set 3. The seeding goes Purdue, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota, and Ohio State down at 6. So a really competitive championship bracket set to get underway here this afternoon. And starting off serving first on the near side of your screen for Ohio State is setter Chad Mustard. A slide attack from Iowa, which we don't see every day. Free ball opportunity here for Ohio State, essentially. Good block touch. Beautiful set by Alex Carr, actually too aggressively over the net and out of bounds. And Ohio State's on the board first. Number 15 in red, Chad Mustard, 6'6" setter from Cincinnati. And the captain for Iowa, number 7 in black, Brandon Gorzella, registers the kill on the left side for the Hawkeyes. Iowa finishing 3rd in the Big Ten regular season. I'm not certain about this, but maybe the highest that they have ever finished in their history. This Iowa team is seriously good, and led by setter Alex Carr, who serves here. Really good pass by Todd Herget. And up into the block and down. Ryan Duvall is shut down by Michael Saleh for Iowa. And the Hawkeyes lead 2-1 early on. They're playing best 2 out of 3. Sets to 25 points, must win by 2. Carr the jump serve again. Herget tipped over the block on the right side, kept alive. Saleh on the right over the top, a diving play made by David Wernery. Another good defensive play this time by Iowa. Gorzella on the left, rolled over the top and can't quite clear the tape. Ohio State achieves a side out. And sends their workhorse, number 18 in red, Todd Herget, back to serve. The outside hitter from Darien, Connecticut. Spent some time on Ohio State's varsity roster. And you can see why, with as good of an arm as he has. Gorzella on the right side over the top of the block, touched and down. Side out of rotation 1 for Iowa. That sends the captain back to serve. And number 3 in black, Brett Rosenbush, to the front row. Definitely Iowa's most dynamic hitter in the outside hitter spot. Gorzella's jump serve, handled by the recently minted Defensive Player of the Year, Carl Rossi. But Wernery on the left side for Ohio State is rejected by the big Iowa block of Lucas Lang. Quick 4-2 start for the Hawkeyes. Gorzella serving once again, misses short this time. As I mentioned, number 3 in white here, the off-color jersey, the libero for Ohio State, Carl Rossi, the junior from nearby Hinsdale, Illinois, was just named the 2020 BTMVA Defensive Player of the Year. Nice in-system side out for Iowa that time. Lang back to serve, and the other middle blocker, Grant Kelly, number 11 in black, in for the Hawkeyes. Lang handled by Herget. Mustard to Brad Buller in the middle, and he's stuffed by Kelly. Really nice read, fronting the 31. Following the opposing middle blocker on the perfect pass. Maybe too predictable of a set there for Mustard. Duvall the opposite, actually, in the passing pattern that time. Wernery down the line and barely missed wide. But a touch is, that's overruled to be in on the sideline. Nice arm by number 2 in red, a former Ohio High School Volleyball Player of the Year. Not often do you see left-handed outside hitters, but Wernery has spent time at both pins. Saleh on the right side overran that ball a little bit, too far outside of him. Couldn't send it over, and Ohio State back within one. Good short serve by Devolve, handled by Kelly. Carr to Saleh on the right side, over the top of the block, dug by Rossi. But in transition, Buller is stuffed by Kelly. And the 6'6" Kelly, also from Hinsdale, Illinois, getting the better of his opposing middle blocker matchup that time. Saleh to serve. That jump serve well out of bounds. If you tuned in during the BTMVA round robin back at Purdue about a month ago, you saw Iowa play. You heard me talk about how good this team is. You also heard me talk about how every single one of them, except one, is from the Chicago suburbs. Chicago, obviously, such a hotbed of boys' high school volleyball. Produces a lot of the talent for the whole BTMVA. Rosenbush chopped over the top and missed long that time. We're tied up at 7. But anyway, that explains kind of why University of Illinois has always been a powerhouse at the BTMVA level, that they pull so much talent from the Chicagoland area. But now so many other of these programs doing the same. As Werner, he misses that serve out of bounds that time. Jump serve by Rosenbush, handled pretty well by Rossi. Out of system, sent over by Herget. The setter dumped by Carr, picked up easily. Transition opportunity here for Herget on the left side, over the top. And the kill plus a net violation brings Ohio State back level at 8 apiece. Substitution coming in here, number 1 in red, Zach Thompson will serve in place of Buller. Rotation 5 receive here for the Hawkeyes. Gorzella and Kelly, the front row options. Rosenbush out of the pipe, registers the kill off the defense. And another thing that you'll hear me talk about a lot at this level, one way to tell if a team is a serious contender is if they have that back row pipe attack as an option in the in-system offense. You'll definitely see Purdue do it. You'll definitely see Iowa do it. You'll definitely see Illinois do it. And as well as Ohio State with Todd Herget in the back row. That serve missed badly out of bounds by libero Nick Carzoli. That back row quick attack as an offensive option invented by the United States national team several years ago, perfected by Brazil, but it has become a staple in the high-level game as an offensive mismatch. Free ball here for Iowa. Gorzella cross court, dug by Rossi. Ooh, no ball handling error called there against Werner. Nice diving play by the defensive specialist almost. Gorzella again off the block is dug by Rossi. Way out of system. Herget's going to have to send over a free ball. Where does Carr go with this one? To Rosenbush on the pipe, over the block and dug. Devolve on the right side. Chopped off the block of Devolve, and the rally finally won by Iowa. Pretty good, smart volleyball there by both teams. Consistently bettering the ball, not taking outrageously aggressive swings. And Iowa comes away with a point off the smart shot off the block. Back to rotation 1 here for both teams. Carr serving. Beautiful pass by Rossi. Herget on the right side over the top of the block, registers the kill, and that's where Ohio State is going to go every time in that rotation, whether or not the ball is passed well, in my opinion. Get used to hearing the combo of Mustard to Herget for the Buckeyes. And we're tied up at 10 early on set number 1. Tipped out of the middle by Lang, picked up. Free ball opportunity here for the Buckeyes. Werner on the left side over the top, dug by Rosenbush. That's going to be a double contact by Carr that time. And Ohio State takes their first lead of the set, 11-10. Herget serve handled pretty well by Carzoli. Gorzella on the right side, and that ball's outside the antenna and out of bounds, and Ohio State leads by 2. The BTMVA is a league full of very, very good setters, and both teams here have one on display. I'm very high on both Alex Carr and the tall Chad Mustard. That ball is outside the antenna. I'm not sure why play is continuing here, and now it is called. That ball sent outside the antenna on the other side, this time by Iowa. And Ohio State leads by 3. Other matchups going on in the gym right now. The 8-9 matchup, Michigan State and Indiana, the winner of which will play Purdue. Also the 4-5 matchup, Illinois and Minnesota going on the court next to us. Next up on stream after this will be the 1 seed Purdue against the winner of Indiana and Michigan State. Gorzella to serve for Iowa, trailing by 2. Really nice set by Mustard, but an even better block touch by Saleh. Pretty good opportunity here in transition. Rosenbusch off the block. Terminates for the Hawkeyes. And a beautiful block touch by number 14 in black, Michael Saleh. Basically set up a free ball for Iowa that time. Nice flip of the script on the one-on-one. And Gorzella continues to serve. Overpassed and terminated by Rosenbusch. We're tied up at 13. Nice serve by Gorzella again. Hand pass by Wernery. He'll get the set on the outside. Another pretty good block touch. The pancake play made by Carr. And free ball sent over here. A chance here for Ohio State. Devolve on the right side. One-on-one and in the deep cross court corner. Nice swing by number 17 in red. And you can start to feel the intensity ramping up here a little bit between these two teams. This morning was just... These two teams played this morning, like I said, just wasn't quite the same atmosphere. Now it is win or go home. Single elimination bracket from here on out for the rest of the day to play for the Big Ten Championship, and these two teams know it. Rosenbusch again gets the better of Devolve on the block, and I love that offense by Iowa, running the middle behind the setter to create space and a one-on-one for the outside. Smart offense by Alex Carr. Lang, the middle blocker, serving for the Hawkeyes. Rotation 3 received here for Ohio State. Good block touch out of the middle. And out of system set. Pretty good by Gorzella into the block. Ohio State will go to Devolve on the right side. Rolled down the line. Picked up by Lang. Rosenbusch tipped over the top. Devolve way too tight to the right side and kept alive, but not for long. Iowa's going to take that point off the joust win by Brett Rosenbusch for Iowa, and they retake the lead 15-14. Only option is Devolve on the right side, and he takes a good high swing through the block and down. An important play there for Ohio State that was looking to struggle a little bit in that rotation. One thing that I noticed while watching Ohio State play Wisconsin earlier is that they were able to step up their defensive game so much that the amount of firepower that they have overwhelmed the normally defensive Badgers. What a block there by Mustard one-on-one. Wow. Mustard, 6'6", I believe the tallest setter on any roster in the BTMVA, and it pays to have a tall setter for several reasons, blocking chief among them. Ohio State leads by 1. This will be Rosenbusch on the outside, just going to have to roll this ball over. Pretty much a free ball here for the Buckeyes for the 2-point lead. Tipped over the top again. The pancake play made by Carr. No, that ball called down. Smart off-speed choice by number 2 in red, David Wernery, and the Buckeyes lead by 2. Rotation 4 serve, rotation 3 receive here for the Hawkeyes. Middle attack by Kelly, tapped high off the block, barely kept alive. Joust on the net, tipped back over. Weird volleyball happening here. Devolve in the back row has to roll this over. Saleh on the right side, and a net violation committed that time by Ohio State. Wernery arguing his case. I think it was one of the blockers on their way up. And Ohio State gets out of, Iowa gets out of the rotation on the violation. They trail by 1. Ooh, a yellow card's going to be administered here. I'm not sure to which player. It could be the Ohio State bench, but our officiating crew here making it clear that there won't be any messing around as far as arguing calls. A yellow card, really just a warning. Nothing happens in the scoreboard until a red card is issued, at which point it would be a point for the other team. Nice serve by Saleh. Beautiful set by Mustard to the outside, tipped over the top by Wernery. Sent back over by Iowa. Free ball here for the Hawkeyes. They've got to have this offense that looks in system. And tipped over the top, and the touch is detected off the Ohio State block. A kill for Brett Rosenbusch, and we're tied at 17. A little bit sloppy here from both teams midway through set one here. I'm used to seeing both of these teams' offenses operate at a much higher level than this. And not a good serve that time by Saleh at all, who will go to the bench, replaced by defensive specialist Sebastian Olmos. And on that subject, there is a bit of a theme in the BTMVA this year of teams taking out their opposites in the back row in favor of defensive specialists, taking away the D-ball back row offensive option, doing a little defense for offense trade. It's interesting to see how that sacrifice goes based on matchups. And a nice swing by Herget there on the left side gives Ohio State once again a 2-point advantage. These are good rotations for the Buckeyes with Herget in the front row. The hitters are Kelly and Rosenbusch in the front row here for the Hawkeyes. That 32 set absolutely smothered but kept alive and really nicely swung down the line by Rosenbusch. Iowa trailing by 1. Rotation 5 received here for Ohio State. But the service error gives it to him the easy way, and the service sub, Zach Thompson, is going to come in once again for the Buckeyes. Thompson float serve handled pretty easily by Olmos. Rosenbusch out of the pipe. That ball's hit out of bounds. And Ohio State with their biggest lead of the set at 3, 21-18. The Iowa offense just not firing on all cylinders right now. See if they can pass well enough to run Kelly in the middle. Kelly with the pull of the block. And Gorzella through the arms of Mustard right on the end line. With an important kill for the Hawkeyes as the Ohio State service sub is undone. 19 serving 21 the score here for libero number 1 in yellow, Nick Carzoli, who has a good jump serve. But again, he misses it long. I think that's 2 in a row for him and an important break for the Buckeyes as their setter, Mustard, goes back to the back row. Haven't seen a setter dump yet from Alex Carr. This might be the time if the ball's passed on the net. Well off of that, it's going to be Gorzella against 3 blockers. Really good cover by Carzoli, but a hitting error committed on the overpass by middle blocker John Hendy for Ohio State. And an important break there for the Hawkeyes as Saleh comes back into the front row on the opposite slot. 20 serving 22. Remember, we played at 25, must win by 2. Remember, this is the rotation where they're going to try and go for Herget on the right side, but this time it's devolved. With the smart off speed shot, tipping it off the hands of Saleh to achieve the side out. And this is pretty much a set deciding point right here, 23-20 with the big jump serve of Todd Herget. If you can put some pressure on, that might be good enough for Ohio State to get over the finish line, and right on cue, that's an ace. Todd Herget bringing the heat will bring up set point 24-20. 4 chances now for the Buckeyes to get on the board in this match. See if Herget can do it in style. Gorzella fights it off. He'll get this ball on the right side, rolled down the line, picked up by Rossi. Herget for the set and smoked out of the pipe, but no. A back row attack violation is going to be called. Herget stepped over the 3-meter line as he jumped to attack that ball. As a back row attacker, you've got to jump with both of your feet leaving behind the 3-meter line, and Iowa lives to fight another point. Perfect pass, Wernery for the set now, and that'll do it. Right through the seam, number 2, David Wernery gets Ohio State on the board, and the Buckeyes do what they could not do this morning, and that's take a set from Iowa. We will be right back in set number 2 in the BTMVA Championship quarterfinals. Ohio State style is a back row attacker who jumps with his foot over the line. That was the call. Otherwise, because that swing was nasty. want to take this opportunity in the break to thank the Volleyball League of America for providing our live stream software. Give them a follow at VLA Volleyball on Instagram and all the other social media platforms. The VLA, the most recent and best effort for professional men's volleyball in the United States. That is a league worth following. Season gets underway in early April and will run all through the summer. If you like watching this level of volleyball, you will love watching the VLA. I will be on the mic for those matches as well. This is the 30th edition of the BTMVA Championship Tournament. This league has existed for 30 years and has pioneered the way for club volleyball nationwide to function as leagues and eventually for teams to compete and go to the national championships. So much of what has become the NCVF now and what exists in the club volleyball world on both the men's and women's side was born here in this group. We're taking the opportunity this weekend to celebrate the history of the 30th playing of the BTMVA Championships. For all the info you need about this tournament, you can go to the MIVA website, miva-vball.org. Go under event schedules, find the online program for this tournament. You can look at all the history, all the championship winners from years past, or an oral history of the conference, see the regular season standings. All the info you need is right there. Lineups being checked here, getting ready to start set number 2. Iowa on the brink of elimination, and I've talked them up a little bit this season about being dark horse championship contenders. This, I think, the best Iowa team that I've ever seen since being involved in this league. And they're going to have to step up and beat a pretty confident Ohio State team right now in this set. Alex Carr will get us underway. Mustard to Herget. Registers the kill off the defense cross court. And Ohio State gets on the board first, 1-0 here in set number 2. That kill off the block that time by number 16 in black, Blake Schultz. And an interesting lineup switch here for the Hawkeyes that I'm just now noticing. Schultz, number 16, the freshman from the Milwaukee suburbs, listed on the roster as a setter. In the game as an opposite right now, replacing Saleh. Gorzella with a really good jump serve handled by Devolve. And a beautiful deep cross-court swing right into the deep corner. Devolve, after that pass, registers the kill. Herget clips the tape and it falls for an ace. Lucky break there for the Buckeyes. Iowa absolutely on their heels, expecting the heavy heat from Herget, and for good reason. But he gets the break off the tape and it falls short. 3 serving 1. Important as the set goes on for Iowa to get out of this rotation quickly to get the good server Herget off the line. Beautiful pass by Gorzella. Lang through the block, a beautiful dig by Rossi, but a double contact ball handling error there against Mustard, and Iowa achieves the side out with Lang back to serve. I want to shout out Ohio State coach Isaac Navarre. Deserves a lot of the credit for this team's success. Ohio State winning the Michigan State Back to the Hardwood tournament in the fall, one of the best preseason tournaments in the country, and they're the 6th seed in this Big Ten tournament. That goes to show you how deep and good and competitive this league is. Devolve on the right side, down the line, missed the block and out of bounds, and we're tied up at 3. The game of men's volleyball and volleyball in general at pretty much every level oftentimes comes down to who wins the serve and pass battle. I believe that's been won so far by Ohio State, partially due to service errors like that one on the Hawkeye side. Iowa offense not clicking yet because they haven't been able to pass it in system. Ohio State, I don't believe, has been pushed to their limits as far as the offense goes. Really nice one-handed save by Carr, but a chance here out of system for Devolve on the right side. Dug cross court by Carr. Gorzella out of the pipe into the block and can't be kept alive. Tough block good that time. Bradley Buller got the bulk of it. And Defensive Player of the Year, Carl Rossi, will continue to serve for Ohio State. As he misses that serve short, we get our first look at Blake Schultz from the service line. We saw him set the ball a little bit during the round robin about a month ago. We haven't seen him in the opposite position before. Carr cannot put up a fight in the one-on-one against Wernery that time. And David Wernery, the left-hander for the Buckeyes, crunches that ball down the line. Schultz to the bench, replaced by defensive specialist Olmos. Both setters in the front row for their respective teams. Devolve serving for Ohio State. Carr to Rosenbush. Smoked down the line. And I have no idea where the Ohio State block is going on that one. Rosenbush is the go-to hitter. And the middle blocker, Buller, nowhere to be found. A nice pull down the line by number 3 in black as he goes back to serve, trailing by 1. Another perfect pass by Rossi. And a nice crossbody put away by Buller right on the sideline. Ohio State not the team with the most dominating middle attack presence in the Big Ten by any means. But having that as an option in your offense is crucial. Obviously, to spreading blockers around on the other side. This one out of system coming to Gorzella against 3 blockers, and he's stuffed by Mustard. Again, the tall setter getting involved in the blocking end of the game. And Ohio State's lead is 3, 8-5 here in set 2. Iowa just not playing with the fire or the energy that I've seen from them throughout this season, and that's almost an ace. Carr's going to have to run this down. And a free ball barely sent over by Gorzella. Kept alive by Olmos. Rosenbush out of the pipe, misses it short. And if I were Iowa, I'd really think about a timeout here. Down by 4, and sure enough, the Hawkeyes are going to take their first of 2 team timeouts. Ohio State rolling here in the BTMVA Championship quarterfinals. We'll be right back with more from set 2. Out of the timeout, it'll be Wernery, the left-hander, to serve. Opting for the floater, working on Gorzella. Beautiful pass and dumped to the floor by Carr. The first time we've seen him use that option. And the score now 6-9 as Carzoli serves for the Hawkeyes. Rotation 5 received here for Ohio State. With Devolve the opposite in the passing pattern instead of Wernery, it's kind of interesting. Pergin on the outside, cross court, and touched by Gorzella on its way out of bounds. Yeah, I don't believe that was touched by the block. I think it was the off blocker defender, Gorzella in left front, that deflected that ball on its way out of bounds. Our line judge is going to have some input here to the up official. And the touch is called. I think that's the correct call. Ace serve right through the hands of Rosenbush. And Ohio State really in danger of rolling over the Hawkeyes here in the playoffs. A surprising result so far, especially after this morning's result. Thompson, the service sub, continues to work. Dug here by Ohio State. Wernery out of the pipe in transition. And that's swatted down on the block by Carr. Schultz is going to come back into the front row to play the opposite here. Iowa lacking a little bit of firepower on that right side. Carr down by 4, serving 7-11. As the service sub, Thompson is undone on the Ohio State side. Herget, but a miscommunication on the offense. Free ball opportunity here for Iowa, and a net violation committed by Herget on the way up for the block. So a point on serve for the Hawkeyes. It's 8-11. Obviously still a lot of volleyball left to play. I don't think we've seen John Hendy, middle blocker for Ohio State, get a single offensive attempt so far. I think it's all Herget in this rotation. Another misconnection in the inside set. Beautiful set by Carzoli. And rolled over the top and touched in the back row by Gorzella for another kill for Iowa. I think this is Iowa's best opportunity to score points on serve, with Ohio State's offense being so predictable. I think every single ball in this row is going to go to Herget. However, you can't forget about Mustard, the tall setter, throwing one down in the front row. 9 serving 11. Passed right on the net. The joust won by Schultz, and that falls on the Ohio State side, and Iowa is right back in this thing at 10-11. This is exactly what the Hawkeyes needed. A little surprised there hasn't been a timeout from Ohio State just yet. One more point in this rotation, you'll definitely see one. That serve rolled, barely clips the tape, handled short. Herget on the outside. Got to kill this ball, and he does. Great swing by number 18 in red off the block of Schultz and out of play. And Ohio State restores a little bit of order. 12 serving 10. Now as the setter, Mustard, goes back to serve. Really good pass from Rosenbush. Schultz into the block. I don't think that even cleared the net. Another point for Ohio State on serve. The opposite position, just a big vacancy for Iowa right now. This will be Schultz again, out of system, will send over a free ball. Rossi runs it down. Where does Mustard go with this one? Herget on the left, and he's stuffed by Gorzella. Crucial block from number 7 in black, the Iowa captain. And he gets his team out of a tough rotation. Sends himself back to the service line, down by 2. Foot fault by Gorzella that time. It's not the first time we've seen him do that today. Ohio State's most dangerous server, Todd Herget, at the line right now. See if he can do some damage with a jump serve right into the seam. And right on cue again, an ace. At least Herget's second of the set by my count. And the lead back up to 4 for the Buckeyes. That one missed just short that time by Herget. Iowa trailing by 3. Lang to serve, Kelly back into the front row. Rotation 2 received here for Ohio State. Werner passes this ball, might get set on the left. Free ball coming here for the Hawkeyes. Schultz on the right side, dug by Mustard. Werner over the top is dug by Lang. Gorzella out of the pipe, touch, dug by Rossi. Blocked by Lang, Kelly is covered. Duvall tipped over the top, dug by Lang. Rosenbush on the left side, tipped into the block and covered, and it can't be kept alive though. And the block is good for Ohio State, flexing their size. Iowa had a couple opportunities to terminate in that rotation, but they couldn't find the floor. From Carl Rossi, the Ohio State libero. Serves working on Gorzella. There's some in-system offense. Carr to Kelly out of the middle for Iowa. I've not seen that much middle attack from either team so far. Schultz serving. That ball barely missed out of bounds. Duvall with the late dodge. And Schultz to the bench, replaced by Olmos. 17-13. Ohio State closing in. Another tough pass. That ball sent high into the ceiling. Tapped over by Carr, almost to the floor. Diving Rossi keeps it alive. Werner high into the hands. Basically a free ball opportunity here. Carr to Rosenbush, set too far outside. And the misconnection produces an error and another Ohio State point. They lead by 5. 18-13. Iowa won this morning's match 25-21, 25-23 in this same ball hit out of bounds. We're going to have to see another timeout here from Iowa, in danger of their BTMVA season slipping away, and give Ohio State all the credit in the world. They have not given Iowa any room to breathe. Not allowed them to run their offense. And the experience and maturity of Ohio State showing itself here in the playoffs. Ohio State last won the Big Ten championship all the way back in the year 2000, which is surprising considering they've won national championships along the way. It's not like they haven't gotten to the finals of this tournament, which they did in 2009, 11, 13, and 14. But they have yet to hoist the trophy after their win all the way back in 2000. The reigning champions this tournament, by the way, are the Purdue Boilermakers, who come into this bracket as the 1 seed. And that ball missed out of bounds by Rosenbusch down the line, and Iowa suffering kind of a catastrophic collapse. This is not an exceptionally difficult serve from Duvall. But right on cue, it's going to be an ace off the platform of Carzoli, and now at 21-13, this match is pretty much over. I am shocked by this result so far, I've got to be honest. Ohio State went 0-2 in the remainder of regular season play this morning. After a quick break for lunch, have completely turned it around, and another block, this time 1-1 by Buller. It's 22-13. Ohio State 3 points away from advancing to the semifinals. Kelly over the top. Beautiful play by Herget. Right on Mustard's head. Wernery dug in the cross court by Garzoli. And Gorzella out of the pipe puts it away. Heck of a defensive play by both teams that time. Mustard and Carzoli. Herget on the Ohio State side made that diving play. Iowa still breathing for now, but they trail by 8. Rosenbusch is going to really have to dial up the pressure from the service line here. There's one working on Duvall. Werner on the outside. Chance here in transition off the dig. Gorzella into the block and out of bounds. There's a point on serve for the Hawkeyes. And these are the rotations where Ohio State can struggle, with Herget in the back row and no middle attack threat to speak of, really. Where does Mustard go with the ball? One-handed stab of a pass is overpassed. Nice play by Rossi to keep the setter dump alive, but this is going to have to be a free ball from Ohio State again. Carter Kelly in the middle, and a net violation committed by Ohio State. And maybe I spoke too soon. This might not be over yet. The deficit trimmed to 6, and Iowa building a little bit of momentum. And a really smart timeout here from Coach Isaac Navarre for Ohio State, sensing that same shift in momentum I just talked about. Wanting to make sure that his team doesn't let this lead slip away. Conclusion of set 2 coming up next. The winner of this match will advance to play the winner of Wisconsin and Michigan in the semifinals. Iowa here fighting for their lives. Dumped over by Mustard, kept alive. This will be Rosenbusch out of the back row, and barely kept alive. But 4 contacts on the Ohio State side, and out of the timeout, Iowa continues to score in this rotation. I guess I spoke Rosenbusch's service run into existence. See if he can keep it going. He does. Pretty good pass by Rossi. It's going to be Wernery on the outside, and a beautiful cross-court swing by number 2 off the platform of Carzoli, and that is just what the doctor ordered for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Wernery back to serve, Herget into the front row. 2 points away from sending Iowa home. Perfect pass. Kelly out of the middle, wrist away, kept alive. Free ball coming here for Iowa. Where does Carr go with this one? Kelly again, crushed cross body. That was wrist away again. free ball barely kept alive impressively by Mustard. Gorzella on the left side, rolled over the top of the block and out of bounds. What a scramble by Ohio State. Mustard keeping that ball alive inside the antennas. And that brings up match points, 7 of them for the Buckeyes, 24-17. Wernery with the honors. Float serve down the line, missed well out of bounds. But now Iowa needs 6 points in a row on the serve of Nick Parzoli to force extras here. Rotation 5 receive here for Ohio State. You've got to believe this ball's going to Herget. Mustard with a perfect pass. It's actually Buller in the middle on the back one. And that is it. Ohio State completely flips the script. And they avenge this morning's loss to Iowa. And the 6th seed defeats the 3. 2 sets to none. 25-21, 25-18, the final score. Iowa, disappointing 5th place finish in this tournament. Ohio State advances. They'll have a match off, and they will play the winner of Wisconsin and Michigan up later. Up next on stream will be the 1 seed Purdue against the winner of Michigan State and Indiana here on this court here in a few minutes. Until then, this is Rob St. Clair. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you share the links to this live stream with all the volleyball people in your lives. I want to get this exposure for this BTMVA Championship as far across the internet